Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel for another Dead Matter update. It's been a while since the last time I've done one of these, but I'm excited to get back into it, so if you're unfamiliar with how this goes, here's a quick summary. This video will be an audio alternative to the Dead Matter blog post released on December 13th, covering all of the updates given in that post and giving you all the info you need to know. If you find it useful, consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. It really does help me out, and there's plenty more Dead Matter content to come from me in the future. So let's jump into the update. First and foremost, the writer makes note that it's been an incredibly busy period for QI software over November and December, and as a heads up, the update schedule is still going to be rocky over the holiday period as the team transition into a new workspace. Of course, some members of the team will also be taking time off around the holidays to rest and recharge. QI Software has been in the process of establishing a physical studio in Calgary. Aside from the obvious benefits to productivity, this is going to hugely impact the work completed by the artists on the team. They'll be able to jump in a car and actually go out to places like Canmore and Deadman's Flats for reference photos, which can be used for their work in map design. Exciting stuff. The pictures you've been seeing on screen are taken directly from the blog post, showing the new studio space and some pictures of the surrounding area. With that news revealed, we move into details about patch 0.60. The writer of this article makes note here that it's been a while since a patch was pushed, which is down to a few issues that have been plaguing the user experience whilst playing Dead Matter. The team is doing their best to resolve these issues first, so that the user experience and fun factor can be improved. The next patch will include a host of improvements to multiple systems within the game. The first improvement that we hear about in this blog post is an improvement to zombie spawning in Dead Matter, and this one I quite like the sound of. I know I'm not the only one out there that thought that the zombie spawns could use some tweaking after playing the closed alpha. The new system will work around a cell grid, which has been implemented by Kyle for the likes of zombie spawning. Each cell has a set population of infected that can be exhausted simply by killing zombies. So effectively, you can clear out an area just by killing the zombies, which makes firearms a bit more viable. Alongside this, Kyle has also been working on new behavior for the zombies. Zombies can now leap after you during a chase and will not stop to attack you as they formerly did. The author notes that the zombies are now much more of a threat than they were before, and the way that Kyle has written them will allow for different variations of the infected to be rapidly iterated. This one's a bit more on the technical side, but one of the improvements of 0.60 is a major refactor of how data is pulled to and from the disk. Vehicles should now persist correctly along with doors and any containers that players decide to place in the world. Nick has been working with some of the issues that relate to how players take damage and has cleaned up a lot of these issues, such as hit detection during firefights with other survivors. Along with new hit detection, there will be changes coming to the medical system and character creation. A lot of issues with the perk system will be targeted in patch 0.60 and 0.70. Billy or Hax has implemented a new skin shader that's more realistic than the current implementation and is shown in the pictures on screen now. Definitely a lot more detail in these than the previous version, and I've included a clip here of the older version just for you to compare. The 1895 lever action rifle will also be making its debut in 0.60. Along with some of the new weapons that will be introduced, the team have taken measures to fight hitching and stuttering that players will experience within the game. According to the team, 0.60 will be the first of many steps taken in the right direction for Dead Matter. So, we've covered what's coming in 0.60, but there's also a bit of info in this post covering the future of the game and where it's going from here. First and foremost, it's made clear that 0.60 is only the beginning of changes coming to Dead Matter. Beyond this patch will come a plethora of improvements that will be brought to the game. The first major revision of the closed alpha will be a massive update to the map itself, DM Alberta. This will come with 1.0.0. The height map is being completely replaced by one that uses real-life height map data and a mix of procedural generation. The lighting system will also be retooled to be a lot more PBR friendly and also to support the ambient occlusion volumes as seen in the previous development vlogs. Essentially, this will mean buildings will be much darker on the inside and will have more consistent lighting than before. A few sneak peeks are being shown on screen now of what the future of the game will look like. The overall tone of the lighting is aimed to be more realistic than what is in game right now, and closely aligns with the original vision for Dead Matter. There will be much more space between major locations within the world, making vehicles much more useful and viable for traveling between said locations. The aim is to give vehicles more of a purpose. This will also allow players to camp in the woods with less risk of encountering other players along the way. Progress is also being made with some of the backer rewards first sold with backer packages. If you've backed with a hockey jersey, for example, these will be coming out soon, so you can look forward to that. In the closing stages of this update, the author of the post make note here that there are several major components to the game that still need tweaking significantly in order to fit the original vision of Dead Matter. The team want to remove the claiming systems of buildings entirely, as right now these rely on having a claiming box which will be attached to the building, and not all buildings do have these. The new system that is currently in the works will allow for players to simply barricade any building and secure it on the fly. Vehicles will be receiving some major revisions revolving around repairs, utilizing a variety of parts and tools. In a future update, we'll no longer find vehicles in working order, and they will require some work in order for us to get them usable again. It's also planned for there to be more use of the trailer system, as well as being able to reinforce and repaint vehicles. As of right now, crafting is also pretty difficult and isn't intuitive to the user. Discovering crafting combinations isn't easy, so in 0.70, the team are hoping to make this much more accessible to players. Finally, I'll end this video with a direct quote from the end of the blog post. I think it's better coming from the team directly on this front. Now, they say, "We are committed to putting out a version of the game that not only we can be proud of, but something that our backers can be truly proud of as well. We will not be meeting our original early access targets for the first quarter of 2021. We know that in order to take this game to early access in a state that is viable, Dead Matter will need a lot of refinement. We are looking forward to improving the game while our backers continue to help give us feedback that we need in order to do the best job that we can." We cannot thank all of you enough for helping us to get to where we are. All of us are extremely excited to have the opportunity to continue working with our backers and realize the full potential of Dead Matter. That's it from me in this one, everyone, but some promising things on the horizon for Dead Matter, and I hope to see you all in future videos. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.